My story began when I was in kindergarten or preschool. A teacher decided to abuse me. I was holding these demons inside of me, and finally, whenever I was able to use drugs and alcohol, it seemed to eliminate those demons. And before I knew it, I became a full-fledged addict.
1 in 4 persons in their lifetime will experience some type of mental illness. It truly touches every member of our society and truly touches every family.
I got picked up and taken to Lowell Correctional Center. I got out in June of 2010, and whenever I was in there, I found out that I was HIV positive. And I made a choice then to not be the victim anymore, to be the victor.
In the case of mental health, lives do hang in the balance, but we don't always see what happens. We don't see those wounds. It's not as apparent. Life management brings families together, makes people whole, heals those wounds.
We have individuals that are specially trained to do trauma intervention and crisis intervention in cases of disaster within our community. Tropical storms, floods, hurricanes, more recently, the BP oil spill, where there were many people in our area that were economically devastated. Recently, there was a shooting within the school system. It happened during a school board meeting.
This gentleman came up in the middle of the meeting and turned around with a gun in his hand and just totally changed all of our lives. Life management stepped up and said, look, we know from experiences that this kind of thing is traumatic. I'm very thankful to say that from everything we can discern, everything we can see, that everybody's healthy and has adjusted quite well from this mentally traumatic experience that we all dealt
with. We went from married single, we call it married single, but married with no children, to 3, September 18th. We knew that the life management system and the system was actually moving toward these children going up for adoption. The baby, he was 2 years old. When my husband walked into the house, they were actually at the dinner table eating. He was in his high chair. And my husband walked up and just kind of stood at the wall next to him. He reached up and grabbed, never have met this man in his life. He reached up and grabbed my husband's hand, and he held onto his hand pretty much the whole time we were there. Never meeting this child. Wouldn't let go. I mean, he grabbed him and held onto him.
I say personally how the staff at Life Management Center have changed our life and made this whole process better was first seeing evidence that they care.
My counselors today have, they've inspired me to come here, to look how far that I've come. It's only through the strength of my counselors that I've gotten this far.
When you can really be a part of impacting people's lives, that's something special. And that's not something you can find anywhere.